We've already had a very busy couple of days here in Boston. Last night at Old South Church, we had an amazing session with Ignacio, with 3 representatives of farmers' movements from all around the world. Because, of course, here in the United States, when people think about the threat of genetically engineered food, the first thing that comes to people's minds is we can go to the natural food store, we can go to the co-op, and we can find food that feeds us. But for people in other parts of the world, this technology is a threat to their seeds, it's a threat to their way of life. So we had representatives from farmers' movements from Bangladesh, from Nicaragua, from the Tesuque Pueblo in New Mexico, and we had an amazing session. This morning, John and others spoke to us about biotechnology, medicine, and human rights. All of the audio and video from those sessions will be available online over the next few days. Check out our websites at biojustice2007.org, biodev.org. Tomorrow, we have a really important gathering that I hope all of you will join us at. We are going to be acting in solidarity with folks in Roxbury and the South End who have been fighting for years to stop Boston University from building a hazardous research lab for the purpose of developing biological weapons. Where are the weapons of mass destruction in the world? They're right here in the United States. Boston University wants to bring them to Boston, and we say no. One of the most dynamic people working on that issue for many years who will tell you about the events tomorrow is Claire Allen from Safety Net in Roxbury.
Hey everybody, how you doing? I can't hear you, talk to me. How you doing? All right, that's what I like to hear. You know, I never really think about what I'm going to talk about until I really get up here. And one thing that I really wanted to talk about was the empowerment of people, people power. You know, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. Each one of us as individuals decide that we want to celebrate, spontaneous celebration, and look how many people are here, doing the same thing together as one. You know, the Safety Net started this campaign in 2002 of March. And for a whole year, we had the hardest time trying to convince people that BU wanted to build this bioterror lab. We'd go up to stations and give them a flyer and say, BU's bringing the plague. They'd be like, oh girl, what's wrong with you? And I'm like, wait a minute, they're trying to bring. Nobody would listen. But then when it came to year 2003, when it was a little bit too late, it was in the Globe newspaper. And it said that Boston University got $123 million to construct the bioterror lab. It's a level 4 lab, only 3 in the country. All of the diseases are incurable. They want to put it by City Hospital, right on Albany Street. Either way, when we went and heard about this, we went to a meeting. We got a phone call. We went to the meeting and we sat down and we heard from Mark Lemner from BU and we heard from other people from BU. And pretty much they were saying, don't worry about it. You got 4,000 labs in the city of Boston. Ain't nothing to worry about. You haven't blown up. You ain't caught nothing. Don't worry about this one here. So we said, okay, because we didn't know what a level 4 lab was. About a month later, we got another phone call. And then it was from a guy who said we had to go to another meeting. We went to this meeting of scientists. We asked them, we heard them say, the plague, Roxbury in the South End. Ebola, Roxbury in the South End. We said, wait a minute, do the residents know about this? They said, well, if you can get some competent residents to talk to us, then we'll talk to them. And because of that statement, that's why we have been fighting now for 5 years. We now have people from around the city. And tomorrow, we will have a march. Because when we fight and fight big battles like this, we need to know who are we representing. And we're hoping that we are representing everyone who is here hearing my voice. And if that is the case, 11 o'clock, Dudley Commons, come march and party with us in the streets. Thank you very much.
So I hope we'll see everybody tomorrow. Dudley Commons at 11, Blackstone Park at 1. The biotech industry is in town all week. We got to have some surprises ready for them. Thank you.